Hey guys, Professor Akali here. I'm bringing you a live video guide to playing Akali. These are going to be the runes and masteries that I use currently at Diamond 3. I've been having a fair amount of success with it lately, and I really benefit off of getting this third page to help me versus lane bullies like LeBlanc. So I figured this would be a good time for me to make a video on runes and masteries. Anyways, so starting with Akali versus AP lane bullies, I'll start with blues. I use 9 magic resist blues because honestly, if you don't have magic resist against LeBlanc and Annie and Vel'Koz, just the people that'll give you a issues in lane, you're gonna have a really hard time, and you might undeniably have to go back pre-6, and that's terrible. Unless you get your revolver, then it's not so bad, but you really want to be able to farm until you can get your revolver in 6. So yeah, definitely you need MR runes. They're only 100 and maybe 5 IP each. So yeah, use health per level yellows. It's just trending right now. Apparently it's really valuable. LCS pros use it, so that's why I use it. Use AP quints for all 3 of them. It's just you need some damage. It really helps you get that level 6, level 7 kill. If you're against LeBlanc and you've had bad experiences with LeBlanc or Annie, you could get 1 or 2 MR quints. You'll just do less damage once you hit 6, and you won't be able to fight back. But anyways, so I use 3 AD reds for the reds, and then I use 6 armor pen, 6 hybrid pen reds as well. I recently swapped from using 6 flat AD reds to 3, and I used to use 3 hybrid pen instead of 6, but I feel like having 6 hybrid pen reds is just really useful for your mid game power spike once you get Gunblade. I think it's worth sacrificing the 3 extra AD, the 3 extra damage, and the half a percentage of spell vamp you get in lane. I've been having a lot more success using 6 hybrid pen reds, so I figured I would share this with you. So, moving on, Akali versus AD. This is just all of your AD champions you go against, your Zeds, your Yasuos, any top lane matchup that runs AD, Gnar, Irelia, you know. Anyways, so using flat AP helps you survive in lane, it makes you stronger. It's just, flat AP is my personal preference for many reasons against AD champions, since you obviously don't need the MR. So yeah, and then obviously you'd use flat armor because Akali, as I think I've said in this video, her main goal is to survive in lane, and whether you just have to counter any damage they can do with your runes while still being able to have damage yourself to kill them post 6. I feel like this is a good mix. I don't overdo the defensive stats on my runes by getting anything like armor or health quints, but you definitely do want the armor yellows. Anyways, once again, use 3 flat AP blues. Very useful. Gives you extra spell damage to heal off of spell vamp. It's going to give you a big power spike when you're ready to kill them at 6 or 7. So yeah, that's my reasoning for that. Also use the same reds for every page, I believe. 6 hybrid pen reds and 3 flat AD. Just all about getting that mid-game power spike once you get Gunblade. So yeah, we'll move on to the last page. It's going to be Akali versus farm APs. Now, a farm AP is just someone that you're not too worried about. Pretty much like a Twisted Fate. Most Twisted Fates just farm and then they look to roam 6, kind of like an Akali would, but they're way different, obviously. Who else is a farm AP? Not too sure off the top of my head. Maybe Diana, maybe Ari, definitely Aurelion Sol. So yeah, you get it. Just champions that aren't going to give you too much of an issue in lane. I would use a page like this. And what my page is 3 flat AP quints. I use flat AP because we're going against squishy mid laners usually when we choose this page. And once you hit level 6, having all this AP is really going to make you be able to get an amazingly easy kill. I don't know if you guys have watched my older videos, but if you'll see in some of them that you just get kills with Akali that not most people would ever think that you can get, especially the people you're going against. You have to like beat it into them that Akali does a crazy amount of damage and you need to play safe. Anyways, so yeah, health per level, it's trending. You could go flat health if you're really worried about surviving until level 6. But I think if you're a pretty confident player and you don't get poked out too much because you can play pretty well in lane, then health per level is just going to be pretty useful around mid game when you're level 11. I think it's more effective than flat health at that point. But don't quote me on that. Anyways, also same reds, just all about that mid game power spike. The hybrid pen is going to help you out a lot. So use 6 of those and 3 flat AD reds. Anyways, moving on to the mastery page. This is the only Akali page I use ever. Now, you guys may disagree with some of these things, and that's fine. I want everyone to find what works with them the best. Actually, my friend 1v9 Akali God, he has some crazy pages that I can't even think about using, but it's all about experimenting and seeing what works with you. There's a lot of good Akalis that use completely different pages than me, but this is going to be what I use and why. So obviously, sorcery, I don't think you can't argue to use Fury. Maybe you could put like a point or two in to like proc your Q faster, but no, I disagree. It's just gonna help you do more damage, obviously. Same with double-edged sword. This one isn't as clear cut that you should pick it, but 3% permanent damage is honestly, in my opinion, just you can't go wrong with it. Like, you're gonna do 3% more damage that can be healed with your spell vamp, with your gunblade. So it's kind of like Feast in a way, but like less effective. Although Feast was nerfed early in the season, so that's another reason why you'd want to pick double-edged sword over it. Vampirism, you could definitely choose it, but when you take natural talent, getting it's not only like scaling, but you get 2 AD level 1 and 3 AP level 1. It's gonna make you do more with your vamp. Like, it's kind of like this, but just you gain it from your passive instead of your mastery, and plus you get more damage. It's just, I think natural talent's better. Also, this is definitely not clear cut whether you should choose oppressor or bounty hunter. Some good players choose oppressor if they're top because, I mean, I don't know. I'm not even gonna bother trying to think about that. I think bounty hunter is just incredible. You have so much kill potential as Akali. If you get halfway decent with Akali, you should be able to start stacking this up. Honestly, I don't think even some challenger players are good enough to avoid dying to Akali at points. And especially if you play really aggressive, you should be able to pick up enough kills to make this bounty hunter worth it. I don't know. I'd say maybe 35% of the games, 40% of the games I play, I can get all 5 stacks of bounty hunter. So that's 5% permanent damage. This stuff adds up, man, guys. It's really good. Anyways, so I use bounty hunter every game. No oppressor nonsense. You don't even have like built-in CC except for maybe your shroud if you throw it on them. But really, how often is that gonna happen? Not too much. So yeah, I use savagery because over a wanderer, which I think some of you guys use out there, your Akali mains. But I think I've said this several times now, but Akali's goal is to hit level 6 and have enough for revolver, and having savagery helps you farm better, which makes you more likely to get your revolver, and it helps you get to get 6 easier. You just farm and get out. Anyways, so I use savagery kind of as like a guarantee to myself that I'm going to get revolver, or it's going to make it a lot more likely, at least, because you'll miss less CS. So that's why I choose it over wanderer. Wanderer is definitely good. You can't deny that it's a lot of utility, but I just don't like it as much as savagery. I think it's more valuable. Assassin, I do a lot of split pushing. That could be part of the reason why I like this so much over these two options. but I'll explain more about it soon. So it deals 2% to damage, 2% increased damage when none of your teammates are nearby. Even like, yeah, there's just so many situations where you'll be the last one standing, or you'll have to defend Baron, or I don't know. I just think that this damage is very useful, compared to maybe getting a biscuit or runic affinity, make your buffs last longer. Maybe runic affinity would be better in a lot of situations, but I don't really like biscuit because part of its value in you using a mastery point into it is that it gives you mana, and I think that's obviously wasted value. Same reason for you why you wouldn't want to get a Sheen really early is because like you're spending gold to get mana. Like why you don't want that? And this is the same thing. You're spending a mastery point for part of it to be mana. I don't think so. Uh, Anyways, so yeah, I like assassin. Akali is an assassin. I mean, it's got to be meant for her, right? Anyways, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother talking about this one. Mana regen now, so I don't need to explain why this is better. This one, I think it's pretty clear to most people that Dangerous Game is better. But for those of you that may think Bandit is really good, sure, you do get 10 gold on a 5-second cooldown for every auto, but I think a lot of the time, every auto you take is going to cost you more than 10 gold in having to use a potion. And not only that, but there's so much value in Dangerous Game. Just being able to heal up once you get a kill. Like, I don't like for those of you that play Akali already. I mean, how many times can you think of where you've just jumped and flashed in and ulted onto the uh, enemy AD carry, and just barely live with 2 health thanks to Dangerous Game, and then you've been able to reset and get more kills. I think Dangerous Game is just, you can't even explain how much value there is to it as an Akali player. It's just, I would never ever get banded over it ever. And then Precision gives you Hybrid Pen, your Akali. Not much to say about that. I mean, CDR is not very useful unless you have blue buff, because then you'll just run out of energy, which, as a side note, blue buff is very good on Akali, minus the mana obviously, but it's still very good. Anyways, let's move on. Guys, I've seen Ramus's, I think his name is Ramus, his guide on Akali. He says to use Stormator Surge, but I just need to explain to you guys that Thunderlords is just 3 times better. Akali's goal mid-game, in lane, whatever you want to do, whatever her goal is to kill people, is to just kill people and reset and move on to the next target. Would you rather ensure a kill by getting Thunderlords, or would you rather just do 80% of a carry's health and run away faster? Like, that's literally what it comes down to. Thunderlords is so easily procced by just Q autoing, since your Q procking counts as another form of damage. So yeah, all you have to do is literally Q auto and it procs. I can't even explain how many times I've won a lane just because of Thunderlords. I would never, ever, 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 ever consider getting Stormator Surge. It's not as valuable, not even close to as valuable. And yeah, I don't know what else to say about that. Yeah, never. So I guess I'll end it there. I think I covered everything. If you guys learned something, if you disagree with my reasoning for stuff, I'd be happy to debate it with you. Yeah, I'm completely fine to debating stuff. Like maybe you'll learn something, maybe I'll learn something. You know, why not? Just comment down below on my YouTube, and we can totally have a good discussion about it. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe. And if you learned something or like the video, please leave a like just so I know. And if you hated the video, just leave a dislike so I know too, because I like to know that stuff too. No, I'm just kidding. Don't dislike it. All right, guys. Have a good day. Have a good morning. Have a good whatever. Hope you win more games, and I will see you later.